They say twins share everything: clothes, toys, secrets. But what nobody tells you is that one always shines brighter. She was the pretty one, the one with perfect grades, the one everyone recognized before me. Even when I spoke, people would answer while looking at her. My name is Victoria. My twin sister's name is Valerie. Funny how similar they sound, right? Our parents thought it was cute, but growing up there was nothing cute about living in someone's shadow. Every birthday party, every family gathering, every school event. Oh, you must be Valerie's sister. Never Victoria. Always Valerie's sister. When we were 16, she got asked to prom by the quarterback. I got asked by his best friend, as a favor. When we were 18, she got a full scholarship to Yale. I got into community college. When we were 22, she graduated summa cum laude. I barely passed my associate degree. But the real blow came when we were 25. She met Marcus, tall, successful, the kind of man who looked like he stepped out of a magazine. He was a surgeon. She was working as a pediatric nurse. They met at the hospital where she worked. Of course they did. Even her love story was perfect. 6 months later, they were engaged. A year after that, married in a ceremony that looked like something from Pinterest. And then, she got pregnant. The perfect husband, the perfect house, the perfect baby on the way. Meanwhile, I was still living in a studio apartment, working at a coffee shop, watching her life unfold like a fairy tale on social media. Every post was another knife. Baby shower with my amazing husband. Nursery is finally ready. Can't wait to meet our little miracle. The comments, thousands of them, hearts and congratulations flooding in. While my posts got maybe 3 likes, from our mom, our aunt, and that weird guy from high school who likes everything. I started working at a boutique closer to their neighborhood, just to be near something, someone who mattered. That's when it happened. Marcus came in one day looking for a gift for Valerie's baby shower. He was stressed, distracted, said he'd been working double shifts at the hospital, and then he looked at me, really looked at me. For the first time in my life, someone saw me first. Not her. Me. He said, "You have beautiful eyes." I almost laughed. We have the same eyes, identical, but he was looking at mine. "You know," he said, "there's something different about you. Different, not less than. Not the other twin. Different." I helped him pick out a necklace, a beautiful silver chain with a tiny diamond pendant. As he was leaving, he turned back. "What's your name?" "Victoria." He smiled. "Victoria. I'll remember that." And then she went into labor 3 weeks early. Complications, emergency C-section. She was in the hospital for a week. Marcus was exhausted, terrified, running between work and the NICU. That's when I offered to help. "Just let me bring you dinner," I said. "You need to eat." He looked so grateful, so relieved. "You're nothing like her," he said one night as we sat in his kitchen. I froze. "What do you mean?" "Valerie's intense, always worried, always planning. You're calm, peaceful." The baby came home after 2 weeks, little Emma, perfect little Emma with her tiny fingers and button nose. Valerie was struggling. Postpartum depression hit her hard. She couldn't sleep, could barely eat, cried constantly. Marcus was drowning trying to take care of both of them, so I kept helping. I'd come over in the mornings before work, stay late into the evenings, feed Emma, change her diapers, rock her to sleep. While Valerie lay in bed, staring at the ceiling. "I don't know what I'd do without you," Marcus would say, and every time he said it, I felt more necessary, more important, more seen. One night, Valerie had a complete breakdown, screaming at the baby, throwing things, saying she couldn't do it anymore. Marcus called her doctor. They recommended immediate psychiatric evaluation. She spent 3 days in the hospital, 3 days where it was just Marcus, Emma, and me, playing house, being the family I'd always watched from the outside. On the second night, Marcus made dinner. Real dinner, not takeout. We sat across from each other at their dining table, Emma sleeping peacefully in her bassinet beside us. "You're incredible with her," he said. "She never cries when you hold her. Maybe she knows I really want to be here." He reached across the table and touched my hand. "I'm glad you're here, Victoria. I don't know how I would have managed without you." That's when I made my choice. When he leaned in and kissed me, I didn't pull away. When he whispered, "You're not her, are you?" I said no. When he said, "Good," I knew I had won something. Finally, after 26 years of being second place, I was first. Valerie came home the next day with medication and a therapy plan, but something had shifted. Marcus was different with her, distant, cold. He'd look at me when she wasn't watching, small smiles, knowing glances. I was part of a secret now, part of something that belonged to me. "I think Victoria has been here too much," Valerie said one morning. Marcus immediately defended me. "She's been helpful. Emma adores her." "But this is our family, Marcus. Our baby." He looked at her like she was being unreasonable. "Victoria's family, too. She's your sister." But the way he said my name, it wasn't sisterly. That night, after Valerie went to bed early, Marcus and I sat on the couch, Emma in my arms, sleeping peacefully. "She feels more natural with you than with her own mother," he said quietly. "Maybe because I actually want this," I whispered back. He looked at me for a long moment. "What if things were different?" he asked. "Different how? What if you were the one I met first? I could have stopped it there, could have said no, could have left, could have protected my sister. Instead, I said, but you did meet me first. Today, yesterday, every day for the past month." "You're right," he said. "I did." That was the moment everything changed. When he kissed me again, longer this time, I wasn't Victoria the twin sister anymore. I was Victoria the woman he wanted. And you know what? After 26 years of being invisible, it felt fucking amazing. The affair lasted 2 months before Valerie suspected anything. 2 months of stolen moments while she was at therapy. 2 months of text messages that made me feel alive. 2 months of being chosen, of being first, of being seen. Marcus would call me when she was sleeping. "Can you come over? Emma's fussy and won't settle." It was never really about Emma. It was about us. About this thing we'd built in the spaces between her life. I'd rock the baby while he watched me like I was something precious. "You're a natural mother," he'd say. "More natural than—" He never finished that sentence. He didn't have to. Valerie started getting suspicious when Emma would calm down instantly in my arms. "It's like she doesn't even know I'm her mother," she said one day, tears in her eyes. "Babies can sense tension," I replied, bouncing Emma gently. "You're still recovering, it's normal." But it wasn't normal. Emma did prefer me because I wasn't conflicted, I wasn't medicated, I wasn't drowning. I wanted to be there. The first real fight happened on a Tuesday. Valerie came home early from therapy and found Marcus and me on the couch. Too close, his hand on my knee, Emma sleeping in my arms. "What the hell is this?" she screamed. Emma started crying immediately. Marcus jumped up, started making excuses, but I stayed calm, kept rocking the baby. "We were just talking, Val." Emma was fussy. "Don't call me Val, and give me my daughter." She reached for Emma, but the baby cried harder in her arms, reached back toward me with her little hands. "See," I said quietly, "she knows who takes care of her." Valerie's face went white. "What did you just say?" That night, she confronted Marcus. "I know because he told me everything the next day." "She accused me of having feelings for you," he said. "And what did you tell her?" "I told her she was being paranoid, that the medication was making her imagine things." But then he looked at me and said, "But she wasn't wrong, was she?" I should have felt guilty. I should have felt sorry for my sister, struggling with her mental health watching her husband slip away. Instead, I felt victorious. Finally, I was the one someone chose. No, I told him. She wasn't wrong. The breaking point came 3 weeks later. Valerie was having a particularly bad day, couldn't stop crying, couldn't hold Emma without shaking. Marcus called me, frustrated and exhausted. Can you please just come over? I can't handle this alone anymore. When I arrived, Valerie was in bed, curtains drawn, sobbing into her pillow. Emma was crying in her crib, hungry and needing a diaper change. Marcus was pacing the kitchen, phone in hand, looking lost. I don't know what to do, he said. She won't even try anymore. I fed Emma, changed her, gave her a bath, put her down for a nap, all while Valerie stayed locked in her bedroom. You see this? Marcus said, gesturing toward the closed door. This is what I deal with every day. She's sick, Marcus. She needs help. She's had help, therapy, medication, nothing works. But look at you. He gestured toward the peaceful house, the content baby, the order I'd created. This is what a home should feel like. That's when he said it. The words that changed everything. I think I married the wrong twin. I should have corrected him, should have defended my sister. Instead, I said, maybe you did. We made love that night while Valerie slept in the next room. Quietly, desperately, like people who'd been starving. Afterward, as we lay in the guest room, Emma's baby monitor crackling between us, he said, I want this to be real. I want you. I want Emma. I want the life we could have. What about Valerie? What about her? She's barely functioning. She's not the woman I married. The plan formed slowly over the next 2 weeks. Marcus would suggest Valerie go stay with our parents for a while. Just to get some space, some help, time to heal. I would stay to help with Emma. Just temporarily, just until things settle down. Temporary. That's what we told everyone. That's what we told ourselves. Valerie didn't want to go. This is my house, my baby, my husband. But Marcus was insistent. You're not well, Val. You need more help than I can give you. Then get me more help. Don't send me away from my daughter. It's just for a few weeks. The night before she was supposed to leave, Valerie came to me. Please don't do this, she whispered. Please don't take my life. I looked at her, really looked at her for the first time in months. She was thin, hollow-eyed, barely a shadow of the perfect sister I'd envied. I'm not taking anything, I said. I'm just helping. You're sleeping with my husband. I could have denied it, could have lied. Instead, I told her the truth. Yes, I am. She staggered like I'd hit her. Why? Because he chose me. Because for the first time in my life, someone wanted me more than you. But I'm your sister. I'm your twin. And I'm tired of being half of something. I want to be whole. She left the next morning, kissed Emma goodbye while the baby reached for me over her shoulder, hugged Marcus while he stood stiff and uncomfortable, looked at me with eyes full of hurt and disbelief. This isn't over, she said. Yes, it is, I replied. For 3 weeks, it was perfect. Marcus, Emma, and me, playing house, being a family. Emma took her first steps during that time, into my arms, said her first word, Mama, looking right at me, started sleeping through the night because she felt secure. Marcus was happier than I'd ever seen him. This is what I always wanted, he said one night as we watched Emma play with her toys. A real partner, a real mother for my daughter. Our daughter, I corrected. He smiled. Our daughter. Valerie called every day. How's Emma? Can I video chat with her? Emma would cry when she saw Valerie's face on the phone screen. She didn't remember her anymore. She needs stability, Marcus would tell Valerie. These calls are confusing her. I'm her mother. Are you? Because she seems pretty clear about who she wants. After a month, Valerie demanded to come home. I'm better. I'm ready. I want my family back. But Marcus had already made his decision. I think it's better if you don't come back, Val. What do you mean? I mean, I want a divorce. The silence on the phone was deafening. Then, because of her, because of Victoria, because of us, because we're not happy, because Emma is thriving now. Emma is thriving because she's not sick anymore. I'm not sick anymore. It's too late, Val. I'm sorry. She showed up the next day anyway, pounded on the door until Marcus answered. You can't keep my daughter from me. I'm her mother. Victoria is more of a mother to Emma than you ever were. I was holding Emma in the living room, listening to them fight. The baby was calm in my arms, content, home. I'll call the police. I'll call a lawyer. Go ahead, Marcus said. Emma barely knows you anymore. Any court will see that she's better off with us. Us? That's when I walked to the door. Emma in my arms, calling me Mama, reaching to play with my necklace. The necklace Marcus had bought for Valerie, but given to me instead. Valerie looked at us. Really looked. Her husband, her baby, her sister, the family that used to be hers. You can visit, I said gently. On weekends, maybe, when Emma's ready. Visit? Visit my own child? She's not just your child anymore, Val. She's ours. That's when Valerie lost it completely, screaming, lunging for Emma, trying to take her from my arms. Emma started crying, clinging to me, terrified of this stranger who was yelling. Marcus pulled Valerie away. Look at her, he shouted. Look how scared you're making her. She's scared because you've turned her against me. You've poisoned her. We've loved her. We've been consistent. We've been here. I was sick. I needed help. And while you were getting help, Victoria was being a mother. The police came. A neighbor had called about the screaming. Marcus explained the situation, the divorce, the custody issues, the mother who'd abandoned her child due to mental illness. They made Valerie leave. This isn't over, she said as they escorted her to her car. She's my daughter. You can't steal my daughter. But as we watched her drive away, Emma already calm in my arms again, I knew the truth. I hadn't stolen anything. I had simply become what she couldn't be. A mother, a wife, a woman worth choosing. That was 18 months ago. The divorce was finalized 6 months later. Marcus and I married 2 months after that. We moved to Portland, new city, new life, new beginning. Emma calls me Mama. She doesn't remember Valerie at all. Sometimes I see Valerie's posts on social media, pictures of herself looking healthier, happier, inspirational quotes about overcoming adversity, blog posts about healing from betrayal and surviving family trauma. She has a few hundred followers, mostly other women sharing divorce stories. She writes about the sister who stole her life, about parental alienation and emotional abuse, about the daughter she had to give up to protect her from toxic influences. The comments are always supportive, always outraged on her behalf. If only they knew the truth. The truth is that Valerie was never cut out to be a mother. She was too selfish, too fragile, too focused on her own pain to see Emma's needs. I didn't steal her life. I saved it. Emma's life, Marcus's life, even Valerie's life in a way. Because now Valerie gets to be the victim. She gets to tell her story of the sister who betrayed her, the husband who abandoned her, the system that failed her. She gets sympathy, attention, a narrative that makes her the hero of her own story. Meanwhile, Emma just celebrated her second birthday. She's walking, talking, laughing, thriving. She has no idea that the woman who gave birth to her even exists, and that's probably for the best. Marcus is partner at his practice now. We bought a beautiful house with a yard and a swing set. We're trying for another baby, a sibling for Emma, a child that will be completely, undeniably ours. Sometimes I wonder if Valerie will ever try to contact Emma when she's older, show up at her school or find her on social media, tell her lies about how I stole her from her real mother. But then I remember Emma won't believe her, because I'll be the one who raised her, who was there for every scraped knee, every bedtime story, every important moment. Blood doesn't make you a mother. Being there makes you a mother. Choosing to show up every day makes you a mother. And I chose. Every single day I chose Emma, while Valerie chose herself. People ask me sometimes if I feel guilty, if I regret what happened with my sister. The answer is complicated. Do I regret that Valerie got hurt? Yes. Do I regret that she lost everything? Sometimes. Do I regret taking it from her? Not for a second, because I didn't take anything that was really hers. Marcus was never really hers. He was just confused, settling. Emma was never really hers. She was just genetics, biology. The life they had was never really theirs. It was just circumstance. But this life, the life we have now, this is real. This is chosen. This is earned. Emma chooses me every morning when she runs to my room calling Mama. Marcus chooses me every night when he comes home from work and kisses me first. I choose them every day when I wake up grateful for what we built together. Valerie never chose any of it. She just expected it. Expected Marcus to love her because they were married. Expected Emma to need her because she gave birth to her. Expected me to step aside because she was there first. But life doesn't work that way. Love isn't a birthright. Marriage isn't a guarantee. Motherhood isn't automatic. You have to earn these things. You have to fight for them. You have to deserve them. And I deserved them more than she did. Last month, Valerie got engaged to some guy she met in therapy. She posted pictures of a modest ring and a simple man with kind eyes. Second chances, she captioned it. New beginnings. The comments were full of congratulations and heart emojis. I felt nothing, no jealousy, no anger, no sense of competition, because she can have her second choice life with her second choice man. I have the life that was always meant to be mine. Emma started preschool this fall. On the first day, she clung to my leg and cried. "Don't leave me, Mama. I'll be right here when you get out," I promised. Promise, promise? Promise, promise. As I watched her walk into her classroom, brave and beautiful and completely mine, I thought about Valerie, about the woman who gave birth to this incredible child but never fought to keep her, about the sister who had everything handed to her but never valued it enough to hold on, about the mother who walked away when things got hard. Emma ran out of school that afternoon with a drawing in her hand. "Look, Mama, I drew our family." 3 stick figures, a tall one labeled Daddy, a medium one labeled Mama, and a tiny one labeled me. No one else, just us. Perfect. That night, as I tucked Emma into bed, she asked me something that stopped my heart. "Mama, why don't I have a grandmama from your tummy?" I looked down at her sweet face, so trusting, so innocent. "What do you mean, baby?" "Daddy's mama comes to visit, but your mama never comes. Why?" I could have told her the truth, about Valerie, about what happened, about the aunt she'll never know and the grandmother who chose sides. Instead, I said, "Sometimes families look different, sweetheart, but that doesn't make them less real. Our family is real? The realest family in the world." She smiled and closed her eyes. "I love our real family, Mama. I love our real family too, baby." As I turned off her light and closed her door, I thought about that word. Real. What makes a family real? Is it blood? Is it law? Is it time? Or is it choice? Is it love? Is it showing up every single day and choosing each other over and over again? Valerie will never understand that. She thinks family is something you're born into, something that owes you loyalty just because you exist. But family is something you build, something you earn, something you fight for. And I fought for mine. So, no, I don't feel guilty about what I did. I don't feel guilty about taking Marcus from a woman who took him for granted. I don't feel guilty about taking Emma from a mother who couldn't handle being one. I don't feel guilty about taking the life that Valerie was too weak to live, because in the end, I didn't steal anything. I just finally took what was always meant to be mine, what I would have had from the beginning if I'd been born first. If I'd been the pretty one, or the smart one, or the lucky one. But now I'm something better than any of those things. I'm the chosen one, the one Marcus wanted to come home to, the one Emma calls Mama, the one who won. And you know what the best part is? When people see us together now, Marcus, Emma, and me, they don't see a stolen family. They see a perfect family. They see love. They see choice. They see happiness. They see what we built together. No one looks at us and thinks, that man belongs with someone else. No one looks at us and thinks, that child belongs with someone else. No one looks at us and thinks, this woman stole this life. They just see us, as we are, as we chose to be. Sometimes, late at night, when Marcus is sleeping and Emma is dreaming, I think about Valerie. I wonder if she's happy with her new fiancé. I wonder if she still thinks about Emma. I wonder if she ever regrets not fighting harder for what was hers. But then Emma calls out in her sleep, Mama, and I go to her. I smooth her hair and whisper, Mama's here, baby. I'm always here. And she settles back into peaceful dreams, dreams where I'm the only mother she's ever known, dreams where our family is the only family that matters, dreams where what we have is permanent and perfect and unbreakable. And in those moments, I know I made the right choice. Not the easy choice, not the nice choice, not the sisterly choice, but the right choice. For Emma, for Marcus, for me, for the family we became when we chose each other. They say twins share everything, but they're wrong. Some things belong to only one of us. And this life, this beautiful, perfect, chosen life, belongs to me. Finally, completely, permanently mine. I was never the pretty twin or the smart twin or the lucky twin, but I became something better. I became the twin who won, and I'm never giving any of it back.